Hello, everyone. It is Respect the Deck back again with a reading for my air signs. So, if you are an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this reading is for you. As a disclaimer, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it makes sense, tip your reader a few cents. Information down below on how exactly to do that should you feel so inclined. And right now we're going to get right into the reading. And yeah, let's go. So the first card here is the Five of Pentacles. I get a sense that you feel kind of left out in the cold. Maybe you've been excluded, or you feel excluded from a certain place or a certain group of people. You may be feeling down and distraught and despair. You may be struggling at this time. Things may not be as good for you as you'd like for them to be at the moment. It's like you have the key to unlock the door and go through to the other side where there is support and there is love and there is light, but you're just too down right now to actually take that step, because the Six of Pentacles comes next, which is a card that talks about giving and receiving, and how sometimes we're in one or the other role. Sometimes we're on the receiving end, other times we're on the giving end. And I feel like right now you're on the receiving end. You know, it's time for you to start being okay with taking or accepting help that's offered to you, because right now you're just going through a really rough time. And although you may have the tools to do better, to get better, to be better, you're having a difficult time doing that right now because of how you're feeling. You also have quite a bit on your mind right now with the Seven of Cups coming up. This is a card that, you know, talks about all the different things on your mind. We're dealing with, you know, just all types of different matters, from our emotions, to our material wealth and security. We're thinking about other things, possibly business ventures or opportunities. It's just a lot on your mind that I feel is kind of clouding your vision right now and making it hard for you to really think straight and know exactly which way to go, what to pick, because there are so many options. Like, what do you settle on? You know, it's like, I can go here, I could do this, I could do that. And you know, sometimes choice is a very confusing thing. You know, we don't but it can also be an empowering thing if we look at it that way. You know, the fact that we have options is it's kind of cool, because it's like, you know, I can do this and I can do that, so I can make the choice. I have the ability to decide either way. You know, what do I choose, and how do I choose to view the action that I take? I thought of that not long ago, as I was thinking about, you know, I think I was just laying on my bed, and I'm like, okay, well, I could choose to clean, I could choose to go take a walk, I could choose to craft, I can choose to relax. I have all these choices, and that's kind of powerful to know that you have options. You know, sometimes it can be overwhelming, you know, that there are many different things to choose from and you're not sure what to decide, but it can also be empowering if you let it. The Two of Pentacles says that you do a very good job of juggling things. You do a good job of juggling your home life and your work life, for example, or maybe being a parent with your work life. Whatever your setup is, this is about balance and striking balance. It's like you do this dance effortlessly and are able to manage all the things that are your responsibility to take care of, and you move so effortlessly and easily through your days, because you're able to have that balance between these two different things. You have home life and then you have work life, for example. It could be home life and school life, whatever it may be. I just want to applaud you for being able to juggle it all and do so in a way, and that you're happy about. You do so happily. You don't complain. You do what you got to do. If there's anything that you may want to consider, maybe possibly to get back in alignment, because I feel like you may be kind of out of sorts in a sense right now, with the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups coming up together with that kind of sad but also uncertain energy. You got to bank on what and rely on these skills that you already have, and also put some kind of structure or plan in place to be able to tackle whatever it is that is important to you. If it's trying to find some new opportunities, maybe you're looking for a job, maybe you're ready to start out on a new adventure of some sort. You have to do some planning. You have to be structured and get things in order and organized before you move forward. That's what the Emperor is saying. Be strategic about your approach, but also be sure in the actions that you take. And the only way that you can really be sure, of your movement forward and towards something is by actually by planning and by trying to figure out first what it is that you can do in order to be most successful, because you don't know if you're going to succeed or not before you set out doing something. You don't know how it's going to turn out. It's a roll of the dice. But chances are, if you're more prepared, the likelihood of you being successful is that much more than being unsuccessful, because you've actually taken some time to kind of prep and think about what it is that you want to do and actually could do should certain things pop up. I think that you want to be prepared. And I feel like there's definitely some creative energy coming in as well with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It could be inspiration from love that you're receiving, something that's making you feel very, how do you say? I want to say floaty, but that ain't the word. That is not the word. Basically making you feel kind of high on life, kind of up in the air, dreaming up all these possibilities, a once in a lifetime kind of inspiration. If it does come, strike while the iron's hot. Do use the inspiration that you get from life or love to further you along your path. I think it's important for you to get back up on your feet and lift your head again. I know it's tough, but you have the key. You have the key. It's right there. You just have to pick yourself up and go grab it, and don't look at the choices that you have as a burden. Look at them as beautiful. The fact that you have options and can choose. You have different avenues that you can pursue, and although that can be overwhelming at times because you don't know exactly which one to pick, it'll come to you for sure. You know, just think about what you're doing right, you know? Don't think about what's wrong or what has happened. Think about the fact that you're a hard worker, that you do have some sort of balance in your life. You do make time for the things that are important to you. You do what you have to do, and you also do some of what you want to do. And I think that that's important for you to continue on doing that. And whatever it is that you decide to go after, as inspired by this Page of Cups energy, you know, I feel it's important for you to have some kind of plan. Just have some kind of plan in place, some kind of strategy that you go by. You know, try to think about what could go wrong, what could happen, you know, that, and how you can deal with it as it comes up, if it comes up. Now I am going to pull an archetypes card for you guys. Let me see here. I am not 1,000% like, I haven't memorized the interpretations yet, so I'm just going to read from the book for you. But right now I'm using the selenite stick to cleanse the energy of the deck for a clear and concise reading for the air signs that are watching now. What is the message for our air signs? What is the message for air signs today, Spirit? Ooh, a popper. Shadow. All right. And what exactly does shadow say? Shadow is the unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied. Although every card in the archetypes deck has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you're touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move towards shadow with patience and compassion. When light, revealing unconscious aspects of the self and world. When dark, denying unconscious aspects of the self and world. Go deeper, owning your own shadow by R. Johnson. Also, in the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on this statement by James Hillman in A Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself? By answering, you move towards shadow. So if you want to do shadow work, which a lot of people in the spiritual community talk about, it's important for you to take inventory of those things about yourself that you don't necessarily like. It's time to get honest with yourself about those things that are less attractive, less desirable, those kind of, things about ourselves that we just, we don't care a lot for. I think it's important for us to delve into that kind of stuff and try to figure out what the root is, or acknowledge its existence so that we kind of take some of the power away from it and are not fearful of our shadows. Because if we're fearful of our shadow side and we deny that part of ourselves, then we can't reach a certain level of wholeness. We can't reach a certain level of completion, or you know, just oneness within. We have to be okay with the things that not just that we love about ourselves, but the things that we hate too. You know, we have to see the good and the bad, because we're not all one or the other. Contemplate the following scientific observation. The closer an object, a person, place, or community is to the light, the longer the shadow that it casts. So that's something to think about. The closer an object is to the light, the longer the shadow it casts. So the closer something is to the light, the more you see. You know, shine light in the dark parts, illuminate them. You know, this is how you just integrate shadow in with the self. It's part of who we are. You know, we're not all love and light all the time. That's ridiculous to think that we're going to be okay all the time, happy all the time, just A1 all the time, have everything figured out, everything together. Like, that's just not, you know, realistic. So think about those things. Think about those things about yourself, about your shadow side, and think about how you can use what you learn to your advantage, because it's not all bad. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. Hit the notification bell to know when I drop videos, content. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. To all my air signs, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And I will see you back soon. Take care. Bye.